Jennifer, okay, I was just reading through your writing here, figuring out where to put the mean line was tough. It is tough. I mean, when you get overshoot, you start considering overshoot. Now you've got another set of moving parts to work into the formula, and I agree. It's a little bit tougher. I think it's just really intense, just how much different it is kerning a serif typeface as opposed to a sans serif as we did last week with the banana assignment. And I think that the idea here, the takeaway is to understand that kerning is not a global or a universal fix. It's dependent on each individual typeface as we really need to gain an appreciation of form and counterform. So in other words, the shapes of the letters and the shapes of the area surrounding the letters, in addition to the shapes of the counters open and closed, and the bowls of each individual letter form. So that's really just another reason why we do this. These initial kerning assignments by hand. It's just to get at this further understanding and appreciation of typography, specifically letter forms associated with individual fonts. Okay, wasn't sure since there was some overshoot, spurs, and pointed ascenders. I did enjoy making the rounded teardrop turtles. I used my finger to draw the baseline, mid, and cap. So the bottom line's a little off. I'm just going to grab my, let me do this real quick. Okay, I'm just going to grab my straight edge here. I mean, you're not bad at all. I mean, that's looking pretty darn level, both base, mid, and cap. Yeah, good job. Very level, and it looks like they're perfectly parallel. So that's fantastic. Okay, so overall, I think that we're really good. Now, another thing we're adding here, when I said this list of moving parts, is not only are we looking at the space between letters in this assignment, we're also looking at the space between words. And of course, it works the same way. Saccadic movements, pauses that create the mind to want to take a break at pauses. We don't want to do that, right? So basically, we're looking at this. I'm seeing a larger space between fire and than I'm seeing between and ice. Therefore, the mind perceives this extra space and wants to take a break there. So in other words, the mind is saying fire and ice based on that little bit of an extra space there, as opposed to saying fire and ice. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've kerned this out. And at this point, I just want to draw your attention over to the course announcements. Welcome to week 2. I don't know if you've taken a look at this or not, but wow, there's just a ton of stuff in here for you to take a look at. There's also the kerning game. That's a great way to practice your kerning. Got all sorts of resources on kerning. And then I've got 4 videos here. 3 videos here. Oh, 4 including so there's 4 videos now. So look at them all, specifically these kerning tips and tricks. And how to kern the phrase fire and ice. So you want to take a look at those. Definitely look at those in their entirety. Now then all sorts of other resources here. But what I've done is I've taken a file from that particular video and I've placed it here. So we're going to take a look. Now feel free to screenshot this if you want, so you can get this kind of letting and kerning. I don't want to supply well, I suppose I could supply the PDF. So what I don't want you to do is get in there and see what optimal kerning settings are. So what we'll do is, I'll tell you what, let's just take a look comparatively. You can screenshot this to get an idea of where the base, mean, and cap lines sit. All right, so basically what we have is we have some of your letter forms are inconsistent in their size. We can clearly see the A is much larger than the N. And the reason is because the A has that overshoot, but the N doesn't. Note that this serif and the lowercase n, and note how the branch comes across, and that curved part sits above the mean line. All right, that's overshoot. That's in all of the curved letter forms, including the R. Teardrop from the R should overshoot. The little top of the I should overshoot. Okay, so really take a look at this relationship here between the height of the lowercase letters and where the mean line sits. And you definitely, of course, want to accommodate for overshoot, right? And then we have overshoot here at the bottom of the E, the D, the A. Any curved letter forms has overshoot. Okay, and then of course with a serif typeface, the parts of the serif also have overshoot. So go ahead and take a look at that and really try to accommodate that overshoot in your final iteration. Okay, and then I'll cross right there. See that surf right there, right there. See how it sits above the cap line a little bit. So you definitely want to make note of all of those. All right, let's go ahead and look at your. I already said I talked about your word spacing. Let's talk about your letter spacing. Right now, I think this F and I. Now, if we look at this, there's a big space between the F and the I. So what are we seeing? We're seeing fire, as opposed to fire. Remember, the mind wants to take a break where there's additional spacing. So this is a little loose right here. I would pull that in, really pull that in. That's good spacing right there. That's excellent spacing right there. That might even be a little loose. You might want to pull that in. It's difficult to say because the R looks so much smaller than the E. Okay, the A looks fantastic. Space between the A and the N looks very, very good. Space between the N and the D, a little wide right there. I would tuck that D in a little bit right there. Okay, and then ice, a little bit too much space between the I and the C because now we're seeing ICE as opposed to ice, right? See what I'm saying? As opposed to compare this, ice. There's no breaks at all. Can you see that little extra area? You want to address that right here. Other than that, I think that space looks great, fantastic. All right, there you have it. At this point, of course, by the way, Jennifer, it's a great start. Your craft is impeccable, gorgeous, good work. Be sure to take a look at those. Whoops, sorry about that. Those videos. Where did I go? Oh, the announcement there. Yeah, be sure to take a look at those videos and welcome to announcement 2. And don't forget to practice with the Kerning game. It's great fun. All right, fantastic. Thank you, Jennifer. Excellent first attempt. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if I can provide any clarifications, please let me know. I'll be glad to do so. Thank you very much.